Episode of On the Spot Painting. Just getting back to our project here, but I just want to show you real quick what I've been doing kind of on the side where I've been, this might be a future post on the Instagram. So I've been doing a lot of sketches, just basically sketching on a sketchbook or sketch pad that I've had, but so this I just been having fun with that one. This is my another one, latest post that I did from my Age of Robotica. So, very good. So you can see it on the Instagram page too. So anyway, that's currently some of the projects I've done. This is probably one of the ones that took a little bit of time doing it. I know the perspective is going a little everywhere in some ways, but maybe not the most accurate on the perspective part. But I kind of wanted to give it that instead of having going on one direction or something, I just wanted to kind of going all different ways. So maybe I was kind of stretching the perspective limit and all that kind of stuff, but it kind of looks pretty cool when you really look at it. And it's just like, I have a little post on there if you guys like to read it, and just sort of like a story where you're like standing on top of it, or if you say you're actually in the picture and then you had to jump across to get to the other part of the picture to get out of it, and you wouldn't want to do that, so you'd be kind of stuck there, unfortunately. So that's kind of what I did, a little thing on there, like a little story in there. So alright, I just wanted to show you that what I'm working on in between these projects here. So I know it's been a little while since I worked on the this last picture. I haven't really done anything new to it, so we are going to move on. So I'm working with a lot of blue. This is in watercolor. So I want to give it that metal, kind of metal look here. So I have some other, now again, I've kind of mentioned about last time what the meaning of this picture was, or the story. Basically, like you got problems or trials in your life, and it kind of maybe overwhelms you in some ways, or but you gotta, but you realize that you're not alone in it. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in the world now that unfortunately it's hectic times right now. People's jobs are uncertain. Where are you going to get your income, or your food, or your business, whatever it is, if you own a business. And it's a stressful time. We're all and I kind of, this picture kind of represents that we are all in it together, and no one's really an island to themselves, and what problems we go through. So I wish everybody can help each other. That's the I think we all have a heart for it. I think if we could, if we had the resources to do that, to try to help each other through everything, but we can't financially or physically, do that. But if you can help people as much as you can, or whatever you can do, that's that you feel like you're helping through their situation. Somebody who's going through a tough time. I put my little business cards here, but they're all kind of going everywhere. Yeah, Jeff Moser, watercolorist, and I will. I usually post it. Post my websites on the. When you look at my description of my. Sorry about that. I did it again. I tend to trail off when I'm talking, and I don't finish what I was saying, because I guess I'm focused on what I'm painting here. It's kind of like chewing gum. Kind of like chewing gum and walking or something. I could chew gum and walk at the same time, but you know what I mean. It's like you're trying to do something and you're focused. So, and again, like I said before, you want to make sure you leave the light of the paper or the lights of the paper, because that's in watercolor. That's very important to have the highlights in here. And if you're new to watching this channel, or new to this video, if you just came across it, or you were sent a link to it by me, maybe through Instagram, I just want to say welcome, and thank you for all those who are following me on Instagram. I just thank you for that. It's you know, pretty neat that it seems like all over the world, you know, people are doing artwork or being inspired by each other, and it's a good thing. So again, I kind of have this like metal looking kind of. You might notice in my other paintings or even my sketches that I kind of come up with a surreal kind of world or atmosphere that, like, it's kind of like combining metal with reality, or metal with you know, like actual physical landscape. And I'm sure there's been artwork out there like that too, but and I'm not trying to. I don't really like to go and try to copy somebody's work, and I don't think any artist wants to do that anyway. But it might happen to look like somebody else's or something. But I think every artist, especially, works from their own imagination. That's their imagination. That's their own take on what they wanted to do, and we need to respect that. You know, that's that person's creativity, and it's awesome, you know, that we have that ability to do that, this artwork. And if you're an artist, you understand that this is a privilege. It's an honor to be doing what we're doing, you know, even if hopefully, you know, like to make a living on it, but if it doesn't happen, we're still creating art. We're still creating, you know, substance. We're still creating materials out there for somebody to enjoy, whether, you know, you do it online for people to look at, or you do it for a friend or neighbor, something to encourage them, you know, or just to make a statement out there in the world about something, and or just your own statement of your own creativity. This is who I am. This is you know, this is what I do. This is my putting it out in the world and sharing it, you know, whether it's at your own local coffee shop, or you know, if you have opportunity to put it in a gallery or anything like that. That's just a way to get your work out there and get your there's so many, I mean, honestly, there's so many in this world. We have so many artists out there, and it's just, we need to, you know, just, I think one thing artists do have in common is that they do want to do their work. I mean, they just have a passion for it, you know, because if we didn't, we wouldn't want to do it anyway. So it would just be sort of a chore, or you know, be like, oh gosh, I got to do this. You know, I don't know. I hope I never get that way, you know. And it, honestly, at times there's some things you have to do, or you're doing something a little challenging. You kind of you may dread it. Or I'm trying to say, you may not look forward to what you need to do on a project, but you still look forward to doing it. You know, you want to accomplish it. You want to do it right. And, you just have certain challenges in there. Okay. So I'm kind of blending a lot of different colors together. Maybe a little purple. So eventually this will become an Instagram post, and eventually probably later on, once having a little technical issues with my website, so I need to, it takes a little time to get all that in there. So maybe down the road, we'll have this on my web pages, my website. Please be patient with me on that, being on my websites and stuff. But at least for the short term, we'll have it on the YouTube channel. This one, of course. Second I do this video, I post it, and I want you guys to enjoy this. And hopefully I'm giving you guys some encouragement. I don't really know if this is exactly, that's what I meant to say. Instructional as much as maybe encouraging to you as an artist, or just showing you what I'm doing. But so I kind of could combine two worlds, where I'm just sort of telling you my own personal take on things, and then also trying to help you and show you what I'm doing. See, I've been doing art for about nearly all my life. I mean, almost really started getting more creative when I was, 13 years old, as a teenager, and been drawing since then. But you know, so I'm adding a lot of the dark, kind of like when I do my robots. If you guys watch my other on-the-spot videos, do a little darker. You want to be careful not to go too dark. I've done that in the past where it's just overbearing on the color, so but the darker tones do bring out, and I'm sort of like you have a sketch, you're with a pen. I'm learning a lot more about pen. I really was hesitant about doing any pen work, because I really find myself more of a watercolor artist, but I'm really finding how fascinating working with pen and ink can be. I don't know if I'm not really using the professional grade pens that maybe you need to have and all that, but what I have is what I use. It's kind of a Sharpie sort of, but a Sharpie pen. So I may need to really look on that, getting a more professional down the line set of pens and stuff. But for the moment, it does what I need to do on the paintings. It was great for coloring sheets. I tell you, I was doing coloring sheets for a while where I work, and for the kids, and we were giving them out for a time. But I work at a grocery store, but and I was the only one, the only one in the chain actually that did anything like that, because I don't know if anybody. It started several years ago. I don't know what it was. A manager asked me or encouraged me, or I asked him. I don't really remember exactly how I got into doing that, but yeah, and it started a tradition, more or less. I would do these coloring pages, and literally kids were coming in asking for coloring pages. We'd give out some cookies, or different other prizes. That kind of had to stop during this whole time period, because we don't want anybody to, the kids come in and they want a cookie or a prize. They can't do that right now, unfortunately, during this time, because you don't want to put anybody at risk. So, and it's not really something that corporate was behind. They didn't disapprove of it either, but they're not. I don't want to be, getting us in trouble for something that happened. So as long as this pandemic is going on, we're just taking a little break on that. And, but there's other ways that the kids can enjoy or color. They can get on coloring sheets online, I'm sure, and a lot of different things that you could do. All right, well, I'm probably going to work on and continue this next time. I hate to split it up into so many videos, but I don't want to make the video so long to where I kind of lose track of time when I'm drawing. But again, I'm just sort of drawing out the lines around it, giving little highlights, not quite black, because I really don't use black. I mix really red, blue, and blue, and yellow together, and I get a mixture of it, so it comes out to be like almost a black color. And it depends on what I'm pulling from. If I need to pull from, more blue, in this case it would obviously be more blue, but then depending if you're working on a brown, you want to pull a more yellow or more red into it. So you can actually get those darker tones through those three. You can actually create almost every color through those three colors. There has been some exceptions. I've had to use like a turquoise to get some of this paint is actually turquoise that I'm using, so that isn't straight blue that I'm using. So, but as a straight blue, you can make green, of course. You can make orange. You can make brown. So a lot of my browns, a lot of my greens, I've actually made, or my darker tones, or even almost black tones, I've done mixing colors. So. Just certain shades of purple, magenta. You really need to have. I don't know. I found it very frustrating because I was trying to do an orchid painting or something like that, and I could not get that same tone of purple that you had to have. And then once I found magenta, I was like, yes, there it is. That's what I needed. So yeah, so there is certain colors you need to buy in the tubes. But I mean, if you didn't have all the colors that you needed, you can go with those three colors, and it's amazing what you can do. Those base colors. So anyway, I just want to end this painting here, and we'll continue on next time. Maybe sooner, hopefully sooner. Sorry for me rambling on about different things. I just hopefully you guys enjoy my on-the-spot paintings, and if you really do, I just encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because I appreciate it. I just feel if I get anything out of it, maybe down the road that will come, but what it does for me when somebody subscribes or somebody they show interest into my channel, they show interest in me and what I'm doing and my artwork, and it sort of like brings that inspirational fire and motivation to keep getting out there and doing these videos. So thank you again, and hope you have a good day, and just enjoy your day out there. And if you want to try to do some creative work, if you want to try to do this painting, that's fine. It's not really meant for you to actually draw this one. I'm not saying you have to draw this, but if you feel inspired to do it, then that's great. But I'm just showing you what I'm trying to do. It's basically these robotic images, but it has nothing to do with Age of Robotica exactly. It's just like images kind of stuck in a mire of worry or concern, or the things that we're involved in. But hopefully that comes across in the video. So, all right, take care. Have a very good day.